We're now beginning the second chapter of Halachot Teshuva from the Rambam. He begins with the famous question, Eizohi Teshuva Gemura. So now that we've established what is Teshuva, and that it's a gift, and it's a reward, and it's an opportunity for us, the Rambam now pivots and defines for us what is the most complete and perfect essence of Teshuva. Now, first and foremost, it's important to remind ourselves that we learned in previous halachot that according to the Rambam, there's no obligation to necessarily do Teshuvah. The mitzvah, according to the Rambam, is when we come to do Teshuvah, you have to do vidur bepe, you have to verbalize the avonot, vidur devarim. That's the mitzvah that I said. We saw that in the first chapter. But now the Rambam is highlighting that someone who wants to achieve the best level of Teshuvah, how does he do so? What's the mechanism? What's the way? So we say this analogy all the time, and we'll say it again now. It's important, before we even get into this, to clarify and remind ourselves that Teshuvah is not binary. Teshuvah is not all or nothing. Binary is the most basic language of code. It's made up of only ones and zeros. The whole programming, the whole code is a 1 or a 0. Trillions of different variations produces some image on the screen. It's not like that. Teshuvah is not binary. It's not all or nothing. There's an in-between level as well. I heard this from Rav Darmoni, I think I heard once, that think of it, Teshuvah is like a diamond. You have a 10-carat D flawless, it's the biggest, cleanest, whitest diamond. And then you have a smaller, half a carat, not as white, not as clean, has some inclusions. At the end of the day, a diamond is still a diamond, it has inherent value. Teshuvah la'avdil is the same way. There's a little bit, there's a small, and there's also the best, the perfect, the most perfect way to achieve Teshuvah as well. So right now, Rambam will outline for us how to achieve the best and the highest level. Ezohi Teshuvah Gemura. What's the complete Teshuvah? Zeh sheba le'edo davar she'avar bo ve'efshar be'ado la'asot u'peresh ve'lo asa mipnei Teshuvah. A person who sinned once and has the opportunity to do the sin once again, and he stopped, he held himself back and did not sin, did not do that action once again, purely because of Teshuvah, lo mir'ah ve'lo mikishlon koach, not for fear of other people, or not because he lacked the strength, solely because he wanted to do Teshuvah, and he achieved that Teshuvah. The Rambam gives an example, and we'll wrap up with this. Ketzad, what's the case? Someone who was involved with a woman in an inappropriate way, in a way that's asur law. So the Rambam defines it to be Sheba Lisha Be'avera, Ulachar Zaman Nityahed Iman. After time, lo and behold, he's found again in seclusion with the same girl that he sinned with in the past. Omed Be'avato, and he still loves her the same amount, and the same strength, in the same location, same city that he once sinned and once made a mistake, he's there as well. Uperesh velo avar, but this time around he held himself back and did not sin, did not commit the avon. Zehu Baal Teshuva Gemura. That's a complete Baal Teshuva. That's someone who is called a Baal Teshuva Gemura, a quote-unquote master of Teshuvah in the complete and perfect way. That's what Shlomo writes, shall remember your Creator while in your adolescence, in your youth. Over here, it's a very simple equation. The Rambam says, all the variables need to be the same. Everything, your strength, your ta'avot, your scenarios, your influences, your impulses, all need to be the same. And the only independent variable, if you want to get into science class, or the only thing that changed this time is you did Teshuvah. So that's the most complete level of Teshuvah, that everything is consistent except for the fact that I want to improve, I want to amend my ways, and I'm not going to slip up again. That's Baal Teshuvah Gemura. We'll continue with him tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.